Hey, happy Saturday. Welcome to Bryce Unplugged. This is our third episode, and I am so glad you're here. The first time that we did, I answered a bunch of questions. I took some questions out of the comments from the week, and you seem to really enjoy that. So I've done that again today. I've taken, I think, 6 or 7 or 8, depends how many we can get through, some questions right out of the comments that we could discuss. I want to share them with you, give you my real, honest answers. Remember, this is Bryce Unplugged. This is unscripted. Unlike, we're just going to go for it and see what happens. So you never know what could happen, what could come out of this mouth. But anyway, I'm so glad you're here. And one thing I want to just say right off the bat about comments is that, man, do I love your comments. I love when the community gets involved. And but it bothers me. When I first started this channel last February. So last February, it is February, right? So about a year ago, when I started the channel, I read and I answered every single comment. I might have missed a few along the way, but mostly, I was determined. And, that's okay when you're first starting out. We literally, so, if you're new here, the reality is we're all new here. This is brand new. We went from 1,000 people in January of last year, just barely crossed 1,000, started in February, podcasts in January, February, really. And, we're sitting over 20,000 now. So, we're all new here. So everybody's a big welcome to the club. So, and thank you for that. Thank you for trusting me with your journey in your life and spending some time with me. And I love being a part of your journey as well. So back to the comments. So I started doing that. And then, believe it or not, I got something at the end of the year, I got a recap of the year. And I had answered almost like 6,000 questions last year. And that's on top of, making the episodes, the podcast, the audio, the video, and everything else. So that was quite a bit. So no problem. We'll take off again this year. And again, maybe that's sustainable when you have, 1,000 or 2,000, subscribers and whatnot. But when you're over 20, I try my best when the video comes out or the episode comes out. Every week I get in there as fast as I can. I try to answer as many as I can. And then it just goes out of control. So I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love it. So I will tell you this, though. I read every single, there's not a comment I don't read. So please don't feel that if you've left a comment and I didn't get to it yet or haven't got to it, that I was ignoring you or it wasn't valid or anything. I love when the community gets involved. So, have free will. If you see someone, or free reign, I should say. If you see somebody in the comments that, is reaching out or just diagnosed or, just finding the channel, welcome them. Welcome them to the club that nobody wanted to join. Welcome them in. We're all here, right? So we might as well make it the best club that we know. So, do that. Just participate, and I'll do my very best. And maybe this is a way that I can grab some comments out, though, some questions out, and really get them answered and cover more ground this way as well. And hopefully, I know a lot of them. There's a lot of double and triple, and people have lots of questions. So, and I'll try my best to get to those few. So I have some for today. So let's get into that here a little bit, and let's just see. So my first one is from where are we here? Okay, first one is from Dan Edward. Dan Edward, 9017. So Dan, he left a comment on Parkinson's exhausted before I even move. Yeah, that's true. That's kind of felt like that this week. Exhausted before I even move. Anyway, the planning nobody sees. So Dan asked me this. He said, "Do you still work? Do you go to a job?" Now, I again diagnosed when I was 40. So I'm not even going to do the math on that, but anyway, it's been over 15 years. So I worked full time since my diagnosis, right up until about 2 months ago, to be honest. And it was time. It was time for me. I just wasn't able to do it the way that I felt that was my best, and I was exhausted and tired, and and enjoying hanging out with you guys, and which is a little easier for me because I can plan my recordings. I can plan my day around my good times, and if I have a good time, or if I have not having a good day, I don't have to do anything. I don't have to film anything. So it's making my life a lot easier. But I did work great up until that time. And I guess the next question is, how do you know when it's time? You know how they say that when you know, you'll know. Mine was time. And if you watched, regular viewers, I shared that story about myself traveling like crazy after the PDIQ. I had spoken at the day in moderate panels, flown back to Winnipeg, flown back out to Toronto again. And that's when I had it waken up by the the hotel security with Carmen on the other line, and they had to break into my room, and um, she could just hear them what was going on, and they were saying, "Ma'am, he's not responding." You know what she probably thought, and it was a scary incident. But I was in such a dead sleep because I probably hadn't fallen asleep till probably 5 in the morning or something like that. An hour later, I was so out that they couldn't even wake me with alarms and phones and shaking me. I had one shaking my ankles and one shaking me my wrist, trying to wake me up, and I was that gone. But I just knew my body was telling me it was time to slow down. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. Great question though. And here's question. Here's the next question. In the that we took out of this one came from Bryce Unplugged #1. So the first episode of Bryce Unplugged, and this was from Miss Abbatip, Miss Abbatip, Miss Abbatip. And I'm going to say it's a she. So she asked, did you have DBS? Simple answer, no. No, I have not had DBS. Do I want to have it? There's a great episode on DBS. I did the whole thing. I told you, and if you look back in the catalog of episodes, it was, I think it was right around Christmas. It was around Christmas or 1st of January. I talked about DBS, and I talked about my decision to not have it yet. And I'm not saying I'm against it. It's just a not now. So I said some people are yes, some people are no, and some people are not yet. I still feel like my meds, I still feel comfortable where I'm at right now. So I've been on a waiting list. Where I'm from, it's a 3-year waiting list. I've been on and off it 3 or 4 times now, so I'm back on it, and we'll see what happens when I come around again, and I'll see how I'm at. I really, honestly, will leave it till that moment to decide if I need it. And the truth is, I'm not going to have it unless I need it, and if I need it, if I really need it, then I'm going to get it. So. And that's a deal I have with Carmen and my doctor. So, just to answer your question, no, I have not had it, but I am planning another episode of DBS, and there's some people in the community that have had DBS. I'm going to bring them on and ask them questions, and the good, the bad, what they didn't know, what they did know, if it was different than the doctor told them. So hopefully, they're going to share some real stories with you, and you can make that decision for you. I mean, the DBS is a personal decision. It's brain surgery. It's brain surgery. So it's a decision just, no one can make for you. So it's just up to you. So I want to give you as much information as I can on it, and just some unbiased opinions, or not opinions, actually, people that have gone through it and done it. So watch for that. We'll do that one soon. It's going to be a great episode. All right. And, and again, hey, if you want to put some comments in today's episode, go for it. I mean, if there's things that, like I said, I'm going to do my best to pull out what I find the most interesting, or maybe craziest ones. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, here's the next one. And this was at JST C3G, JST-C3G, and was watching the We Say Sorry Way Too Much video. I'm going to stop saying, I'm not going to stop being sorry for saying sorry. I'm not going to be sorry for saying sorry. This was a question. The cognitive stuff feels harder than the physical symptoms. Do you feel that too? Yeah, man. Listen, so my predominant symptom is stiffness, and that's a bugger. I mean, it's just 24/7 pain. So I hate it, don't like it. But the cognitive stuff, yeah, it really gets me, and it's hard. And there's some, like I said, in a lot, I speak a lot about this, but there's a lot of variations and varieties of reasons why that it's so much harder. And some of it is, again, it's the things that people don't see. It's things that, in our mind, like missing words, losing words drives me bananas. Forgetting things. I mean, I make fun of it. That's my secret weapon, is to make fun of it and try to, give it the gears, and name it and hammer it down. And for me, it works, right? But yeah, they are difficult. And listen, Parkinson's is difficult. I'm not going to kill you. I'm not going to kill you. I'm not going to kill you. That was weird. I'm not going to lie to you. It's hard, but again, it really comes down to your mindset. How do you choose to handle the things that you're handling, right? I mean, we're going to have some stuff. We're going to give again some stuff, and but the reality is that you can get through it, and that's my kind of my call to you, is you can get through it, and let's just believe for better. Let's do the things that we know how to do, and we'll do them better. So I mean, if you really want to take control of your life and take control over Parkinson's, um, there's things that you should be doing, right? We talk about exercise, and and how many are going to say they did how many exercise to their full potential this week, and if you didn't, raise your hand. And here's goes Bryce. I didn't do what I should have done this week, and it's really up to us, right? How much do we need going to take control of this thing? What are we going to put into it, and get out of it? So, um, I said to somebody this week, I want to squeeze the most out of the life I have and enjoy it. And that's what I'm going to do. So, um, you have a choice to make. You can be happy, you can be sad, and I'm choosing to smile through it, be happy anyway, to find that laughter in what I can find. And you know what? It's good. I mean, but again, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to be anybody sit here and say this doesn't suck. It's brutal, but anyway, great question. But totally. The other thing too, it's a confidence, right? That's the other thing too. When I thought about this, is that with the cognitive stuff, that confidence that I'm going to be okay, and that confidence that I'm going to remember things, and I make a joke about this too. But I'm here right now, just unplugged, right? I just turned my phone on, is what I've done, just to record for you, and I'm not editing it. It's just raw. I just want to be raw and real, and I do that knowing that I could forget words. I might miss it, and I'm going to look silly, or I'm going to be my confidence is going to go down, and I might be bothered by that. Yeah, sometimes, be for sure. But the truth is, this is a safe place, and you're watching this, and you're safe for me, and I'm safe for you. And so I think we need to continue to foster that, and that's why the strength of what we're doing, to have over 20,000 like engaged people that really want better for their lives, and really, it's like I got this thing, but I'm going forward. So, the bigger we get, the greater we get, we're starting to show so many other people that there's more to a diagnosis than just laying on the couch and being depressed. I mean, we can fight through it. You're gonna have bad days, but the thing that you need for the bad days is a community behind you. You need to plug in. When you start feeling off, things are starting to bother you more than normal. That's their sign to get back into the podcast, keep reading or watching, listening. Just absorb yourself in it. Go to school. Go to the school of Bryce and just hammer down. But because your signal is when you start getting that irritability, when you start feeling down, when you start feeling disconnected, that's the time you got to jump hard, jump right back in, get in the community, get in the comments, keep talking, get into your support groups, get in inner circle, come on in and just hang out, right? And because it's a safe place. You can vent, you can vent, you can be happy. And you know what? It's okay because we get it. You're in a safe spot, and you're safe with me anyway. So there we go. Thank you very much. That was a great question. You know what? If you like this, give it a like. And if you got a question for me, throw it in there. I'll do my best to answer it either in the comments, or I'll pull it out here and answer it maybe next Saturday when we get together for coffee again. But anyway, you have a good rest of your weekend. And we have some great episodes coming up this week. So see you on the shows this week. And you keep doing life today. We'll see you guys. Love you. Bye.